Alright, we're right back again. So, we're going to pick up. We just finished with the days. Now we're going to get into the months. Where do they get their names from? See, most of us never ever think about how did this stuff get their names? Where did this come from? I myself, I think about everything now. Where did this come from? How did it get its name? Why do we do this? Why do we do this? Why? I think of all that stuff now. And it's still like mountains and mountains of things that Satan is tricking us and deceiving us into doing. Mountains now, yo, for real. But we're going to continue. Let's get the months now. It says, so we just done that. It says, we know that there are 9 planets, but in ancient times, people knew only 6. The Earth and the 5 planets that can be seen without a telescope. Well, if you've done your studies and your homework, you know that there is no more planets in the orbit. Those are angels that you're seeing. Genesis 1 never mentions anything about any other planets, none of that. And so when you look up the one time that planets is in the scripture, it's talking about zodiac and stars. That's what it's really talking about. So again, there is no other planets. All that stuff is completely made up. But let's go into it. We know that there are 9 planets, but in ancient times, people knew only 6. The Earth and 5 planets that can be seen without a telescope. Venus, the brightest planet in our sky, was named after the Roman goddess of love and beauty. Roman goddess. Every time you say that, you're breaking it. Only reason I'm saying it now is because I'm trying to show you. Mercury, the fastest moving planet, was named after the fleet-footed messenger of the gods. So this thing is supposed to be really fast, and you know what I'm saying? It was the messenger of the gods. Mars was named after the Roman god of war. The Roman god of war. Saturn was named after the Roman god of farming. Jupiter, the largest planet, took its name from the Romans' chief god. The planet Uranus wasn't discovered until 1781 and was originally called Georgium, after King George III, who ruled England at that time. Of course, dude was wicked, but he's not a god. So let's check it out. But it was soon decided that since all the other planets took their names from ancient gods, the new planet should also. It was then named after the Greek god of the sky. See? Just keep coming right back to gods, to making you repeat them names. Next to be discovered was Neptune in 1846. It was originally called Lavera, after the man who first sighted it, but was later named after the Roman god of the sea. And Pluto, discovered in 1930, was named after the Roman god of the dead. See that? So all the people that do this astronomy and or astrology out there looking and saying this stuff, they've been deceived into calling on these things. They've been deceived into calling on the fallen angels and all of that stuff. But we're going to get into the months real quick. Let's do this in 10 minutes, like normal. But let's get into the months. The names we use for each of the 12 months of the year have come down to us from the days of the ancient Romans. Wow, everything keep coming back to them. The people are wicked. The names that we use for each of the 12 months of the year, mosquitoes out, y'all, have come down to us from the days of the ancient Romans. In early Roman times, March was the first month of the year, and February was the last. January didn't become the first month of the year until 153 BC. Let's get into it. March was named after Mars, the Roman god of war. April comes from the word that meant second, since it was the second month of the year. But keep doing your research. It also is named after a god or a goddess. May was named after Ma'e, an earth goddess. June was named after Juno, the queen of the gods and the goddess of marriage. July was named after Julius Caesar. Before Caesar's times, it was called Quintilis, or the 5th month. Well, if it was named after Caesar, he was a wicked guy. August was named after Augustus Caesar. Before that, it was called Sextilis, or the 6th month. September means 7th month, October means 8th, November means 9th, and December means 10th. January was named after Janus, the god of doors and of beginnings and endings. So Janus was the god with the two faces, one looking forward and one looking back. That's what everybody is doing every so-called New Year's Eve. And we know that that's not New Year's, because they tell you Rome used to make March its first month. Then they switched it up to get everybody thrown off the time. So now this word, this is not a god, but it's just one of the words that over 2 billion people in the world calls themselves. And that word is Christian. So they like to use Acts and tell you, see right there, they were called Christians, but you're not getting it. They were called Christians. If you look deeper into it, you'll see that this was derogatory. This was very derogatory. So it says, Christian really comes from the word Cretan. So let's look up Cretan. Crete. Let's see. It says, a person suffering from cretinism, a stupid, obtuse, or mentally defective person. Now let's go into the origin of the word Cretan. It's from 1770 and 80. French, Franco, Provico, Cretan, Christian, human being, literally Christian. Hence, one who is human despite deformities. Now let's look up the word Cretan in the scripture. Titus 1:12. One of themselves, even a prophet of their own, said, the Cretans are always liars, evil beasts, slow bellies. So when you're calling yourself a Christian, you got to realize them people was making fun of the disciples, but they really wasn't even saying Christians. We know that that was injected into the text. They were calling them messianic. That's what they were really calling them. So anybody that's calling themselves a Christian, whether you're talking about you follow Christ or not, that's not what it really means. He was Messiah, Hamashiach, and not Christ or Christos. But don't take my word for it. Again, look into this stuff. Your boy Quab from Over and Out, y'all. Shalom.